everybody, and welcome to another episode of A Trini in Atlanta. Today we're going to start with some crispy fried shrimp. And the only thing my husband did not do is remarry me for those shrimp. He's been begging and begging and begging and begging for those shrimp. So, okay, today we are going to make him some crispy fried shrimp. It's as easy as ABC to make.
Is it a new recipe for you? Or is it the first time you're going to try it?
Not really. I've made this for you already.
Okay.
But I haven't made it in a long time because shrimp is not my favorite food.
It's been that long.
So I really don't cook it. So you could season it or not season it. You know me and my slap my mama. So just very little of slap your mama. You don't want a lot because you don't want to make anything salty. You don't want to make this salty. So you just put a little bit of this slap your mama on everything here like that. Nothing more than that. Not a drop more than that. Just like that. Move this aside because we wouldn't use that again for the shrimp. Put that there. Now I'm going to wash my hands. And then I'm going to get back to this. So in this, I'm going to take a Ziploc bag. The shrimp oil is hot in here already. I'm going to take a Ziploc bag and I'm going to take some of this cornstarch. Now you might see I'm in a good mood because my daughter is visiting. So she's hanging out with her mother and her daughter today. So I am in a good mood. So I'm taking some baking soda here. Cornstarch, sorry. And I'm going to put a little black pepper. You could put salt and you could even put hot pepper, like if you have something spicy. But me and my daughter, we don't eat spice.
So
no. And there's a powdered habaneros.
That's hot.
Yeah, that you could use that too if you want to put this in that. But I wouldn't be able to eat it. Only you, honey, and that make no sense if I'm cooking just for you. So I put a little black pepper in that with the cornstarch. And then this shrimp that has already been, I clean it. You notice I bought it deveined. I took a scissors and I took out the legs and I let it sit right there until time to fry it. So I'm going to put a little bit at a time.
They're not going to go in all at one time.
Because it will overcrowd the bag and it wouldn't get to be able to do what I want them to do. So I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to put a little bit at a time.
Ma, are you frying the shrimp with the skin on, the
Yep.
shell on, right?
If you want it very crispy, it's always better to fry it with the shell on. Always better to fry it with the shell on. So I'm going to take a plate and I'm going to take these out. These little one out. This one that has been thawed already, is shaked already. So you take them out. Take out any excess cornstarch that you may have because you don't want too much cornstarch. The cornstarch actually is what will make it crispy. So I am going to take some of these out and then like that, like so, and so we have that. And I will still, when I'm ready to fry it, shake a little more out so that there wouldn't be I'm going to put a little more inside here and let it shake a little bit while for a little bit. Now this is hot, as you can see. I don't know if you can tell there, but the there's a little something there. The oil is boiling, so I'm going to take the oil that is hot and I'm going to put this inside here. See, I'm going to put this in there and let it fry. So you see, I'm still taking a little bit of the cornstarch out, and the cornstarch is not really, there's no flavor in it. That's why I put a little slap your mama in that and a little black pepper in it. And then that's it there, and let it continue cooking there. You don't want it cooking too high heat but you don't want it cooking low heat because shrimp cook fast. But this one I want it kind of crispy, so I'm going to do a second batch while that is doing. And that Okay? So that's it there. So that is for now there. And let's see how this goes before. See, it's cooking. So you see, if you touch that there, you can feel it crunch. So let it continue cooking. Let that continue cooking. It doesn't take long, not long at all. And you see there? It is crunchy. So you let it continue cooking. It wouldn't get hard, but don't overcook it. So when you see it become, when you keep your eye on it and you keep testing it for the crunchiness, so when you see it's crunchy enough, because the thing about this, even though the shell is on, you could eat it with the shell. Because you're cooking it in a way the shell will become part of the crunch in the shrimp, so you could eat it with the shell. But if you don't want the shell or anything, then you don't have to. But if you buy the smaller shrimp like this size, the shell is not as hard as if you buy the very big shrimp. So that's why you're not buying the big one. Now you could buy the big one, but you don't want the big one because the big shrimp will be hard. Now for my taste, I am thinking that is done. For me, that is done. So I'm going to take them out. I'm going to take that off there. And I'm going to put this here. I have my spoon to take this out here. And I'm going to take that out right here. See that there? I'm going to take that out right there. Thank you, honey.
Welcome, Mama.
Thank you. So I'm going to take that out right there. And I don't want to take out too much at a time because I don't want to take any excess oil with it. So I'm taking a little bit at a time. No excess oil. And that is done. And that is done. I'm going to put a second set here, and I'm going to kind of take the cornstarch out as excess ones that is still inside here. I'm going to take some of that out.
So is there a sauce you're going to put
Yep, I'm going to make. That's what this pot is for.
Okay.
I'm going to make a little sauce with it. But really and truly, for these kind of crispy, crunchy, fried shrimp, all you need is some chili oil. All you need is some chili oil. So, I have some chili oil, some spicy chili oil, and we are going to use that today. But I'm not going to put that because I don't know if we can handle it. If me and my daughter could handle it. So, I'm going to leave that for here a little bit, and then this continues, that continue cooking there. While that is cooking there, I'm going to take another batch of this. So I want you to see, you can cook this, how fast this goes. This cooks so quickly. You know, you can make a large amount as an appetizer if you're having guests. You could do this like a large amount. And even while your guest is here, you could do that in front of the guests if you are having guests while everybody's having cocktails. So you don't only have to do wontons. You could do this while your guests are having a cocktail. And you know I like my lychee martini because my husband makes the best lychee martinis. So while he's made that, you could continue making this. And the nice thing about this kitchen, this house, it's an open concept. So people could sit right here while I cook. And that is fun for me. You know, it's my way of entertaining people, is having them here and I cook while they eat. So sometimes even before we go out, we just have appetizers and drinks in the house, and then we go out to eat. So that's it. I'm going to take this last amount and put it inside here. And I'll tell you this was 2 pounds of shrimp. This was 2 pounds of shrimp, and it was as quick and as jiffy as that it was to make. So you see, that was very quick. This is cooking here. This is cooking. This just want a few minutes again. This is cooking. Notice, and you touch it here, it is crunchy. This is crunchy. I'll make a sauce for it. What you think, honey?
Hot.
It's hot? Okay.
Hot.
My daughter is a taste tester today. So you could smell the shrimp itself. You could smell, and these are not like the Caribbean sea shrimp, so it's not as flavorful. This is from the cold water of Patagonia, so it's a different flavor shrimp. The warm water shrimp, in my opinion, is much more flavorful than the cold water shrimp. But here in Atlanta, we don't get Caribbean sea shrimp as much as we get the Gulf shrimp, or we get the shrimp from Argentina. So this is from Argentina, Patagonia side. So this is done. Is it crunchy? Very nice. Is it tasty? Right. It doesn't want anything else in it, but you have to put the sauce. So when you put the sauce, I'm going to take out this batch now and let it continue cooking. And I'm going to take this batch out. Then I'm going to show you how to make the sauce. So I'm going to take this off now. Okay. Be careful when you're using oil like this, hot oil like this, could burn you and could burn you bad. So please be careful when you're working with hot oil. I might make it look easy, but if you're a first-time cook or you're now starting out, or if you're my daughter, hot oil scares you. But it's okay if you take your time. It will always be okay if you just take your time. So this is a third batch, and this would be 4 fry, but really you could have done it in 3 fries. You didn't have to make 4 fries. The shrimp would have, with this size pot and this amount of oil, 3 fries would have done that. 3 fries would have been perfect. Now this is done, and after I get this out here, this 2-pound of shrimp will be ready. I am doing a little extra because I'm doing some for my son-in-law. 2-pound of shrimp is too much for 3 of us, but shrimp is one of my son-in-law's favorite things. So he would like some of these, so I made a little extra for him. Even though he's not here tonight, Becca will take some home to him. And that's it. So you see, this is already crunching up. That's it. That's as quick as you can get. All I did was take out the other last set, and it's crunching out. So now I'm going to put this pot here, and I'm going to start heating this. And while that is, I'm going to take.
I noticed that you didn't have to wait in between batches to let the oil come back to temperature. Is that because of the size of the pot, or because you were doing smaller batches, or the kind of oil, or how?
Everything. The oil is coconut oil. I use coconut oil for frying because I can get it up hot. I use avocado oil or coconut oil. But I had coconut oil, so that's what I use. And coconut gets hot and it doesn't smoke. And because I put a lot of oil in the pot and I didn't put a lot of shrimp, the oil never got cold. Okay. So that I said, now if I had make this in 2 batches, yes, the oil would have gotten cold. But because I made it in 4 batches, and I couldn't make it in 3 batches, the oil never got a chance to get cold, absolutely not. So here, this is hotting, and in this, I'm going to take a little bit of the avocado oil, just a little of the avocado oil. That's enough, maybe a tablespoon of avocado oil. And I'm going to take some of this habaneros, jalapeno story, because this is mild. I can eat some, and it's so mild, I'm going to take the seeds out still so that I can eat it. So I'm going to take some of that oil or pepper, and then I have this, and I'm going to make some garlic, and I'm going to make some a little sauce with this. Now I'm going to turn this a little bit low, and while this is cooking, I'm going to dice this just a little, because you don't want it. You don't want it. It's not a vegetable shrimp. It's not a vegetable shrimp, so I am not doing vegetable shrimp. Good. So I'm not going to go where the heat is, because I cannot eat the heat. So I'm going to do without the heat here. And I'm going to do this right here. I'm going to throw this inside here. Right there. I'm going to throw this right there. Okay. I'm going to throw that a little bit right there. And let that cook out there. Let that fry up there. And if we want more hot, we can always add some of the chili oil to the shrimp. But I will definitely add some of the chili oil to the shrimp for my husband, because that's how he likes this. We went to this Mexican restaurant one day in Atlanta, not too far from here, and he had this shrimp, and he fell in love with this shrimp. So after that, I said to myself, I'm going to learn how to do this for him. So that's how I came up with this, trying to do this for him. So let that continue cooking. And I'm going to get some garlic. And while this is cooking, while that, I'll put some garlic here. But I want this to cook a little more, the onion and the pepper, so all the flavors will come out. That's why I'm cooking it a little bit low, so I can cook that. And while that is doing, I'm going to take a look at this. And then that is going to cook low here. Okay. Now, the secret to getting this shrimp really, really nice and crunchy, the secret to this is to fry it twice. So when this is done, I'm going to fry it all again, and then that will be done. So just like you want crunchy chicken, you fry it twice. You fry it once, and then right, anything that you want extra crunchy, you have to let it fry twice. So I am frying this twice. I know, but I have to look at this too. I can't look at you and cook at the same time. I will burn myself. Yeah. So, okay. My husband said I'm going too fast. So I'm going to slow down here. Yeah, don't rush. He said I'm going too fast. So you see, that is it. See how nice that is? It's starting to, as soon as you put it in the hot oil, it starts to see up the shrimp. That's what I say. It starts to see up. So the shrimps look like a C. It looks like a C. So that's it there. And then that will be ready. I'm going to put a little garlic in this. Now, put a little garlic in this here. And then, is it?
I'm really excited about the second fry. I've never
Yeah.
seen this before.
Yeah, so I put a little garlic in there, and then and let it cook. So you see how it's cooking there? It's because it's getting, I don't want to put too much of oil because this is already fried. So that's why I didn't want to put too much oil. This is just for flavor. And the pot is a non-stick pot, so you don't need a lot of you don't need a lot of oil to get things to cook. So this is almost ready. Oh, this is not almost ready. This could stay a minute again. Then take it out, and then you fry them again before you put them into the little garlic oil. Literally, it's an onion, garlic. Should have more peppers, but I just can't eat more peppers, so I didn't put a lot of peppers. So this is it. So this and this. So you see. And shrimp is easy to cook. It's an easy thing to make. So you take these and you put it one more time back in here. and you start letting it fry again. And then this is done, so I'm turning this off and I'm letting that cook there, and I'm letting it cook one more time. And you would see when this is done, I am not putting it back here. I'm going to throw it right there one time and let it start, let it turn up inside. You put all feta flavor, so by the time this is done, all will enter there. Let me keep turning this so it won't get, garlic is so easy to burn, so much, so very easy to burn. That is done. That is completely done. So this is it. This is mostly done to get it. Think we are good there. And that's it there. One of my close friend, very close friend, had this restaurant, and her chef went to the CIA in New York, and that man can cook. His name is Chef Omar. He can cook. So once for her birthday, he made some fried pepper shrimp for us. And he cut the onions very thin, crisped the onions. He cut the garlic and made like a chip with the garlic, and the habaneros. He did orange habanero, well, Scotch bonnet. And when he was done frying it, but he did the entire shrimp. He cut the head off a little bit, but he left part of the head and most of it. And I am telling you, that was one of the most delicious things I have ever eaten. Actually, anything I have eaten from that man was delicious. The boy can cook. What can I say? The boy can cook. People say what? There's a difference between people who cook like me and people who cook like, who went to school like him and learned to cook. Because what they can do with the food, man, I tell you, they are awesome. They can cook like nobody's business. Something as simple as mashed potato, he would take and make it into the most amazing dish. The most amazing dish. He can cook. So this, now I'll show you something when how it's supposed to be served if for my husband. So this is done. All of this is almost done. So this is done. And this is done. So you can hear when it's true, that means it still has some water. That is why you're hearing that noise, because there is a little water still in that shrimp. And the only way to make that shrimp not make that noise is for the water to completely come out of it. Honey, is it possible that you could open this chili oil for me, please? Right. So this would be like this, and this would be like this. And I'll take some of these that I've already turned up in this little bit of this. Turn up in this little bit of seasoning. You don't want too much, just a little seasoning, because it will get wet and you don't want it wet. The idea is to make it crunchy and leave it crunchy until the very end. Otherwise it will get wet. And that is done. Now for my husband, I'm going to take some of these like this, like that, and I'm going to add some of this chili oil for him. Let me get a spoon. I'm going to add some chili oil for him. So this is his. So I'm going to take some of this and add some chili oil like this. Take a spoon take a cover like this. And this is it. Now, like wontons, oops, man overboard. Wontons, you could serve it with different sauces. This, you don't serve it with anything. This, you serve it as is. You could add more chili oil if he wants to. He can add more chili oil. But as for me and Becca, this is as far as, this is as good as we will get for us. But for him, he might say, okay, well, I need more chili oil. And he can do more chili oil for himself. This is what he'll have. Go ahead, my love. Taste it and see, tell me what you think. Because this one is for you. So you go ahead, you taste it, you tell me if you want more hot peppers or if you want more anything on it.
It is hot.
It is hot. It is too hot.
I don't eat hot food.
Let me see. You will want more pepper. That will want more pepper. Doesn't have enough pepper for you. Because, man, you eat some crazy pepper. So you will need more pepper. For me and Becca, it's perfect. We don't need any more pepper than that. But definitely for you, you will need more pepper. And that is it. That is as easy as you can get for appetizer. Now, this could make good sandwiches too. You could make a fry baked sandwich and put this and then put some lettuce and tomatoes and make it into a meal. Or you could eat it like a finger food. Or you could even make this as a part of a surf and turf. You know, like if you want a piece of steak like we are going to have later, we are going to do it as part of a steak, as a surf and turf with some sweet potatoes. You could do it like that too. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for all the love and the support you have been showing me. Please share these videos and let me know what you think. Until the next video. Thank you. Bye.